Hello again. I'm Peter Bodo here with Nick Bollettieri at the U.S. Open. Nick, two interesting lineups tomorrow on the men's side. You've got Djokovic-Tsonga going up against Mardy Fish. Mardy Fish seems to be finally breaking through and doing some damage at Grand Slams. How do you like that one?
Well, first of all of you listening and viewing this, that's the win that's making my boy Peter Bodo sort of gulp a little bit. So we can blame that on the win.
We blame it on the win.
All right.
That works for me.
Well, we got a great entertainer tomorrow. Tsonga is an entertainer. Even though this is a New York audience, he has a way of winning over some of the people. He's exciting. Big serve, hits the ball, and then on the other side of the court, we got the man who lost 30, 35 pounds. Wonderful return to serve, good serve, serves and volleys, comes in, covering the court magnificently. I believe tomorrow, this match will go to Mardy Fish. He's too disciplined. He'll force Tsonga to overhit. But if Tsonga gets on a roll, watch out. But in the long run, I would pick a Mardy Fish in this particular match, especially being played in New York. He's in great shape. He can serve and volley. Great return to serve, and that will make a big difference tomorrow against Tsonga's big serve. I look for Mardy Fish to win that match.
One of the complaints against Tsonga in the Grand Slam events really has been his tendency to fade. You know, he'll go out, play a great set, and they'll get into a struggle, and then he'll just kind of fade out off the radar. I mean, what are the factors? It hasn't been that high here. Do you think that's going to be a factor tomorrow?
Well, no, I don't, because I think his support team, and I believe Tsonga is beginning to realize that to be a professional athlete, you have to maintain your focus. And his ups and downs have become a lot less. I mean, look at Monfils. He's up and down. By gosh, perhaps the best athletic person on the tour. But Tsonga's beginning to tone down a little bit. He's cutting down the unforced areas, but the edge still goes to Mardy Fish.
In the other big men's match, we have Novak Djokovic. Talk about fitness and focus and discipline, going up against Alexander Dolgopolov, a very, very tricky, very, very fast, very, very explosive young player. How does that shape up? It's going to be on the Louis Armstrong, by the way.
Well, first of all, let's talk about Alexander. I can't pronounce Doplikov, so I'm going to call him out.
The dog. They call him the dog. We can call him the dog.
Let's call him the dog. And he is a dog that's running for a bone all the time. He's running this way for the bone, that way for the bone. He's an entertainer. Very low toss on the serve. He reminds me of
Roscoe Tanner.
Roscoe Tanner. Throw the ball up, boom, hit the ball. So that's a tricky serve, and you have to be ready for that serve because it catches you off guard. Number one, he moves well. He's a shot maker, okay? But who's on the other side? Mr. Novak Djokovic, the most soundly built player today, pound for pound, stroke for stroke. Even though Doplikov will have this shot and that shot, I don't think he can break down the focus of Novak. I look for Novak to win that match. Maybe it might go 4 sets, but the focus of Novak and the confidence and also being able to catch the ball once again on the baseline or inside the baseline will take away a lot of what Alexander can do.
Now, Nick, you've seen the seasons put together by John McEnroe and then by Roger Federer a couple years ago, 2004 or 5, I think it was. And then you of course, also saw the tremendous run by Rafael Nadal last year. He won, wins 3 majors. Where do you put Djokovic with the way he's played this year, having won 2 majors and losing just 2 matches?
If we just judge Djokovic by Djokovic, I went out on the limb the other day and I picked him as the best technical mover, recovery, stroke for stroke of any player in the history of the game. Now, if he can win a few more Grand Slams, keep the streak going, who knows what's going to happen. But the biggest obstacle Novak faces is to play against yourself. The world wants to beat you, and when you're at such a high caliber, you have to play against yourself. And Peter, that ain't easy to play against yourself, because if you let down just a little tiny bit, they're the dogs out there, and that dog is hungry.
That dog
so
can hunt, right?
What might happen tomorrow?